Well, in a sense, Tommy Morrison arrived tonight. A unanimous decision, no matter how unpopular with the fans.
The WBO heavyweight champion of the world, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
In the unforgiving theater of heavyweight boxing, some fighters are born with gifts that defy explanation. Tommy Morrison possessed hands that could end consciousness in an instant.
By Morrison, a left and a right behind it, an uppercut, down goes Tillis. Very impressive.
A left hook that became his calling card of destruction. But behind the highlight reels and the Hollywood lights lay a story of triumph and tragedy that would shake the boxing world to its core.
And now Mercer on Morrison in the corner, and Mercer's over. And Morrison goes down for the first time.
Welcome back to Boxing Fever, your ringside seat to the world of boxing. And today we look at the dramatic rise and fall of the Duke. Tommy David Morrison was born January 2nd, 1969 in Gravette, Arkansas. But it was in Jay, Oklahoma, where the fighter would be forged. Not in gleaming gyms with professional trainers, but in tough man contests in smoky bars where men settled disputes with their fists. Morrison claimed Native American heritage, said he was the grandnephew of John Wayne, hence the Duke, though the connection was never proven. What couldn't be disputed was the dynamite in his left hand. The numbers from his amateur career tell a story of raw dominance. 222 fights, 202 wins, over 90% success rate in a sport where one punch can change everything. He captured regional Golden Gloves titles, dominated local tournaments, turned professional at just 19 years old. But Morrison was different from other prospects. He didn't want to train, didn't want to learn defense. He just wanted to fight.
As good as I've seen in the Midwest, if not the whole entire world.
Standing 6 feet 2 inches, with a frame that would eventually carry 220 pounds of muscle, Morrison possessed the kind of punching power that coaches dream about but can't teach. His left hook wasn't just a punch, it was a force of nature that would leave 44 professional fighters wondering what hit them. His third professional fight against John Stover showcased the weapon that would define his career. Morrison's left hook crashed against Stover's jaw with such force that the man was unconscious before he hit the canvas. The crowd went silent for a moment, then erupted. By the end of 1989, Morrison had compiled a 13-0 record with 11 knockouts. The boxing world was starting to pay attention. Here was a white heavyweight with movie star looks who could punch like a mule kick. Promoters saw dollar signs, fans saw excitement, opponents saw their careers flash before their eyes. James "Quick" Tillis wasn't just another opponent. This was a man who'd gone the distance with Mike Tyson when Iron Mike was destroying everyone. Tillis had faced the best of his era: Ernie Shavers, Mike Weaver, Carl Williams. He'd never been stopped in the first round. Morrison changed that in October 1991.
Still trying to get himself back in, but good left hand, down goes Tillis.
The fight lasted 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Morrison dropped Tillis with the first clean left hook he landed, then swarmed with combinations that left the veteran unable to defend himself. When referee Mills Lane stopped it, Tillis was still trying to figure out what had happened.
Well, there it is. That's it. And that's it, 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Or 1 minute and 52 seconds. My addition's never been very good.
The victory sent shockwaves through the heavyweight division. Pinklon Thomas had been heavyweight champion of the world. By 1991, he was past his prime, but still dangerous, still proud. Morrison didn't care about reputation. The fight lasted less than 1 round. Thomas refusing to come out for the second after absorbing punishment that would have killed a lesser man's spirit.
It is over. Pinklon Thomas will not come out for the second round.
Then came Carl, the Truth Williams in 1993. Williams had power, experience, and a solid chin. The fight turned into a war, both men trading bombs that echoed through the arena. Morrison dropped Williams multiple times, each knockdown more spectacular than the last.
Left hook, and Carl will be wobbling a little bit.
But Williams kept getting up, kept fighting back, turning the bout into an instant classic. When Mills Lane finally stopped it in the 8th round, both men had earned respect. Morrison had shown he could fight through adversity, not just blast out overmatched opponents. June 7, 1993, Las Vegas UBO Heavyweight Championship. Foreman was 44 years old, making his improbable comeback. Morrison was 24, entering his prime. Morrison, Oklahoma, was heavyweight champion of the world. In the crowd, his father, Tommy Sr., wept with pride. His mother, Diana, couldn't watch. Too nervous to see her son trade punches with Foreman, Morrison had everything. The title, the looks, a role in Rocky V alongside Sylvester Stallone. He was living the American dream. October 18, 1993, Morrison defended his title against Michael Bentt, a relative unknown with a suspect chin. Morrison was a 20-1 favorite. He'd been partying, barely training, believing his power would carry him through. Bentt dropped him in the first round. Morrison got up, got dropped again, and the referee stopped it. Just like that, the title was gone.
And Morrison in deep trouble. And Morrison is down. And the fight is over.
Morrison bounced back with wins, but something had changed. The invincibility was gone. Then came Ray Mercer in October 1991 before the title win, a fight that would haunt Morrison forever. Mercer, a former Olympic champion with an iron chin and devastating power, walked through Morrison's best shots. In the fifth round, Mercer landed a right hand that sent Morrison face first to the canvas, unconscious before he hit the ground. The knockout was so devastating that Morrison didn't remember the fight. When he watched it later, he couldn't believe it was him lying motionless on the canvas. February 10, 1996. Morrison was scheduled to fight Arthur Weathers in Las Vegas, a tune-up for a potential Mike Tyson mega fight worth millions. During the pre-fight medical exam, doctors drew blood for routine HIV testing. Hours before the fight, the Nevada State Athletic Commission delivered news that would shatter Morrison's world. He had tested positive for HIV. The fight was canceled. Morrison's career was over. At just 27 years old in his physical prime, he was forced into retirement. The announcement shocked the boxing world. This was 1996. HIV was still largely misunderstood, still carried tremendous stigma. Morrison held a press conference with tears in his eyes, admitting to living a reckless lifestyle. The man who seemed invincible in the ring had been defeated by an invisible enemy. For years after his diagnosis, Morrison denied having HIV. He claimed the tests were false positives, said it was a conspiracy and refused treatment. In 2007, he attempted a comeback, fighting in Mexico and West Virginia where HIV testing wasn't required. He won a few fights against nobodies. His skills diminished, his body deteriorating.
Primarily because Morrison now believes he never had HIV.
The more research I did, the more I found out that what I was being told was a bunch of bull.
The boxing world watched in horror. Friends begged him to stop. His family pleaded with him to get treatment. Morrison refused, trapped in denial that would ultimately cost him everything. In 2011, he fought for the last time, losing to journeyman Matt Ellis. Morrison looked like a ghost of his former self. Slow, weak, a shadow of the destroyer who terrorized the heavyweight division. Tommy Morrison died on September 1st, 2013, in Omaha, Nebraska. He was 44 years old. The official cause was cardiac arrest resulting from multi-organ failure due to septic shock. His mother Diana was by his side. The HIV he'd denied for so long had finally claimed him. The boxing world mourned, but the mourning was complicated. Here was a man blessed with incredible natural gifts who'd thrown it all away. A fighter who could have been great but settled for good. A champion who denied reality until reality couldn't be denied anymore. His record stood at 48 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, with 42 knockouts. Tommy Morrison remains one of boxing's great what-ifs. What if he trained harder? What if he lived cleaner? What if he'd accepted his diagnosis and gotten treatment? His left hook was a thing of beauty, technically perfect, devastatingly powerful. When Morrison was on, when he was focused, he could beat anyone in the world. The problem was he was rarely focused, rarely disciplined, rarely willing to do what greatness required. Young fighters study his knockouts on YouTube. Old-timers remember watching him live, remember the electricity when he entered the ring. He was the last great white American heavyweight champion, a distinction that brought pressure he was never equipped to handle. Morrison's story serves as a reminder that talent alone isn't enough, that the same qualities that make someone exciting, recklessness, wildness, living on the edge, can also destroy them. That denial of reality doesn't change reality. But when you watch those highlights, when you see that left hook land flush and another opponent crumble, you remember why Tommy Morrison mattered. In a sport built on violence, he was an artist. In a division often lacking excitement, he was a must-see on TV. In a world of careful, calculated athletes, he was beautifully, tragically human. The Duke is gone, but the left hook lives forever. Every time a young fighter throws that punch, every time a heavyweight ends a fight with one shot, Tommy Morrison's ghost is in the ring. His life was a cautionary tale. His left hook was poetry. That's the paradox of Tommy Morrison. A man who had everything and threw it away. A fighter who could have been great but settled for memorable. In the end, maybe that's enough. Maybe being remembered is its own kind of immortality. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and remember, in the ring, nothing is impossible until the final bell rings. This is Boxing Fever. See you soon.